Okay, y'all can hear me now? I was on mute. Can y'all hear me now? Hey y'all, it's your girl Nay Songs coming to you as humble as possible with my natural face and my natural hair. I did something different with my hair, and yeah, no wait, just my real hair. And I look cute. I look cute. I look cute. Your girl look good. All I got is lip gloss. That's all I need. But oh my god, how's everybody doing today? I know y'all see the title. It's your girl Topnotch.Trophy. If you're new to the channel, how are you doing? Hi. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't act shy on this live. We're gonna get into the drama. I had some tea, but I drank it all already because it was just a lot. It was a lot of drama earlier today. Oh my God, Mariah Smith said, I'm crying. You seen what happened to Michaela Pink earlier? Let me see if I can find some more tea. Let me see if I can find some more tea. Nope. I drank it all and it was, oh my God. It was so good. The tea I made earlier had some vanilla abstract in there. It had some brown sugar. It was so good. I drank it all before I got on the live, unfortunately. Should have made some more. But yeah, so to answer Mariah's question, um, um, I mean, who didn't see what happened to Michaela Pink earlier? Like, I know I'm not the only one who didn't see or who saw it. I'm not the only one who saw it. It was everywhere. It was like her mugshot was just blasted everywhere. And I don't know if she's still in jail or whatever the case may be, but sending prayers out to Michaela Pink. I hope that she's doing okay in whatever situation she may be in at the current moment. It's very unfortunate what has happened and the charges that have been brought against her. It's pretty serious. I'm not sure if it's like, I'm not sure the degree of the charges, but you know, laundering money is it's pretty serious, especially when you are a coach who advocates for leveling up and getting to the bag and all of that. You know, something that I thought getting to the bag, man, I thought the men were supposed to be handing over the money, like just giving it to you because they liked you. I didn't think people were out here like scamming and scheming for the bag. And I've never done that. Maybe that's why I don't live in a huge house like Michaela Pink does. She has a really nice house, beautiful home. Not that I saw inside of it, but the little that she did show, I thought she I thought she had a really great lifestyle. But it was always fishy because she never really showed us her lifestyle. She just got online and talked about it. And it was just very fishy to me because it's like, can you really trust someone who never shows receipts of the things that they do? Could you really trust someone of that nature? I don't know, something in my spirit just never sat right with Michaela. And I don't want to throw her under the bus or anything like that, but it's just personally me speaking from experience, just the way that she talks to her followers, the way that she talks to the people that donate money, the quality of her material in her Pink Print Academy, excuse me. The quality is very basic. It's very shallow. The advice is very shallow, very basic. So it's like, are you really gaining much from watching her channel? Not really. Like Shira Seven's channel is a little bit more different. There's a little bit more depth to it. It's still pretty shallow, and I like Shira Seven's channel, but I didn't really like Michaela Pink's channel. Me personally. Me personally, I just didn't like Michaela Pink. Maybe I just didn't like her as a person. I didn't like how she talked to her followers. I just didn't like it. Like she would get on and act bipolar and stuff, and it was just weird to me, very cringe. Because we all grown. We're all grown. Talk to people with respect. Like, respect is the least you can give someone, even if you don't see them face to face. That energy should be exchanged. The healthy, mutual respect should be exchanged amongst people. So I had to Google what money laundering meant because maybe I'm just, with my limited perception, with my age, maybe I don't know a lot about life yet. I'm only 25. And money laundering is something that I think I've heard about, like in shows and stuff like that, but not like, I don't know anyone who's went to jail for that. So I decided to look up the definition, and let's go ahead and pull that up on my screen. Let me see here. So can you guys see that? Okay. So money laundering. Let me hide this. So money laundering. Money laundering means the concealment of the origins of illegally obtained money, typically by means of transfer involving foreign banks or illegitimate businesses. So that's that one definition. It says, what does money laundering mean in simple terms? Money laundering is the legal process of making large amounts of money generated by criminal activities such as drug trafficking or terroristic funding appear to have come from a legitimate source. The money from the criminal activity is considered dirty, and the process launders it to make it look clean. So, yes, this is a very high level crime that was committed. This is not a crime that even a, a dumb person could get away with. This is a crime that someone who has intelligence, some level of intelligence, has to conjure together in order to um, make it happen. But I guess, she got caught up in the process, which is very unfortunate. Like I said, very unfortunate. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and remove this. Okay. So, yeah, something that I really wanted to speak on is the fact that the advice that we've been getting, like in the level up community. Like I said, I appreciate Shira Seven's channel. It really opened up my eyes to femininity, being the prize and things of that nature, which was very much needed. And I think a lot of women needed to open their eyes in that aspect. But as far as Michaela Pink's channel, that's where like Michaela Pink was just like kind of like a bad apple from the beginning. No offense, but I just didn't really care too much about her channel because her advice was just so shallow. And my advice is shallow too, because I noticed that was a trend in the level up community, giving very shallow, basic advice. Something that I really wanted people to consider for the future, I really want us to change the narrative of the level up. I really want us to change the narrative because something that I noticed really needs to be talked about is financial literacy in the level up community. Women need to be financially savvy. We should not be out here being greedy and laundering money and stealing money from the poor. Stealing money from the poor. Stop. Don't do that. But like, yeah, you can't be out here taking money from the poor. Like, that's just not right. They're gonna come for you. So, like I said, I really wanted our conversations to shift when it comes to the community. I think we should talk more about financial literacy. We should be talking about something that Share Seven talks about often is stock markets, which I think is great. Stock markets is great to build up your financial literacy, as well as, let's start shifting the conversation more towards generational wealth. Let's start shifting the conversation more towards wealth within our community so that we can start developing a cycle of money within our community so that we don't have to steal, we don't have to um, sell ourselves for chump change, because I noticed like being on this journey really brought me to a really shallow end. I felt unfulfilled for a long time. And even my mom looked at me different one day because I had been listening to all this level up mumble jumble, all this level up jargon, and I had dumbed myself down. Mind you, I went to college. I was running a lot of programs in college. I had responsibility. I did a lot, and I feel like I dumbed myself down in order to be this cute girl who was just a pretty face, dumb in the mind, not able to show off personality. And I cut myself short because I try to dumb myself down in order to fit this narrative that guys don't really like smart women. And I'm not saying I'm the brightest light bulb in the box, but I'm definitely not dumb. But I dumbed myself down for a long time in order to try this level up method. And when I tell you, I got dumped a lot. I got dumped. I got dumped. I got dumped a lot. I got dumped by guys that I wanted to keep. But because they were looking for something that was more sustainable, they were looking for a woman that was smart. They were looking for a woman that was trustworthy. They was looking for a woman that was a woman and not a girl. Not a girl in a woman body. Um, I got dumped a lot. I got dumped a lot. And it's all a learning experience. I believe in abundance. I know there's a plethora of guys out here, but I was just trying different things. Hey, Mariah. Hey, Mariah, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, what are your thoughts? You asked me earlier if I saw what happened to Michaela Pink. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on it, girlie? When I originally saw the situation, I thought it was pretty sad, but it put it into my mind that we just need to be putting generational wealth at the forefront of our community. We need to be having a system of how we can achieve generational wealth instead of the woman thinking that latching onto a man for his resources is going to get them to the next level. We're not there yet. We're not on the level of Asian people. We're not on the level of white people who already have their wealth well established. We're like 400 years behind. There's a lot of us who aren't going to get that super rich, wealthy white. There's a lot of us who are not going to get that super rich, wealthy man. Okay? A lot of us, most of us, are going to have to build a man, work with him, like Michelle Obama did. And that's why I look up to Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama came from the hood, okay? And she found her man in college, and they worked together, and they went all the way to the top. Did Michelle Obama practice hypergamy? Absolutely, yes. Michelle Obama practiced hypergamy, but she was not dead weight. She wasn't dead weight to Barack. She was an asset to Barack. She wasn't a liability. She was an asset. Mariah, I have nothing to say about this situation. I'm still in shock. Well, girl, after the shock settles, we have to start thinking, like, how could we avoid this? Because imagine Michaela Pink, who is a gold digging guru, she even got caught up in doing illegal activities. Imagine how many girls who aren't on YouTube, who listen to her videos, who went to jail, who've gotten arrested for things that they've done on a level up journey. Imagine how many girls like have done things that's not even publicized because they're not even on public platforms. But because they listen to Michaela Pink, they've done stupid things for a couple bands. So it's like if Michaela Pink is out here doing crazy stuff, just imagine the girls who are on YouTube that are doing crazier stuff. I think we should start deepening the conversation. Personally, I think the conversation should be more than looks, looking pretty, putting on makeup. The conversation needs to be deeper than being pretty. Okay, the conversation needs to be deeper than pretty privilege. The conversation needs to be deeper than baby voice. The conversation needs to be deeper than heels, lips, and hips. The conversation needs to be deeper than that for women, for us. We need to be equipping ourselves with financial literacy. We need to be equipping ourselves with something that's going to end up, that's going to produce generational wealth for us and not us ending up in jail because we're doing illegal activities in order to sustain a lifestyle that we're not living for real. Okay? And I'm coming on my platform being as transparent as possible. I'm being as transparent as possible. I have nothing against anyone, but I never realized how popular Michaela Pink was until literally I just Googled her name and her mugshot was everywhere. And I was like, God dang. I was like, yeah, well, damn. You know, Michaela Pink is pretty popular. So, you know, it's important that we hold people accountable for their decisions so that we're not repeating a vicious cycle or we're not repeating the same mistakes that they've done. And I can't wait till Michaela Pink gets on her channel and addresses this. Knowing her, who knows, she might just get on here and try to sweep it under the rug like nothing happened. Because that's what Shira Seven did when she had her scandal with Jessica X. She just swept it under the rug. Whatever, which I think that's just toxic. It's just toxic. You know, we're grown at the end of the day. We should be able to speak on our mistakes so we can teach each other how to better one another. One thing about people in the Haitian community, and I always reference the Haitian community because that's where I'm from. We hold each other accountable and we're very transparent about other people's mistakes. We don't sit here and judge them. We're going to point the finger and tell them where they effed up, but we're not going to sit here and demonize them for that, you know? But we do need to hold each other accountable when things like this happen. It's just not right. And it's not an example. It's not a good example to be setting. So Michaela Pink definitely outdid herself with this one. Okay. It's not good. So something that I really wanted to, that I'm going to be advocating on today's show is just financial literacy, women just being more equipped. I just hope the Level Up community, as far as the women's sector, just focuses more on developing our financial literacy as a community, as women. I mean, it just doesn't make sense for me, it just doesn't make sense for us to be depending on a guy. Yes, we can depend on a man. Yes, we can depend on a man for his money, but we should be organizing the money to where there's going to be something there later for generations to come. And something that, the system that white people have figured out, the system that Caucasians have figured out, the mayonnaise people have figured out, is something called life insurance. A lot of Black people out here are selling drugs, prostituting, robbing each other in order to get ahead, stripping in order to get ahead, not realizing that that's just a today thing. What about in the next 30 years when you become an old person and you have children? You're not going to be able to rob, prostitute, strip, launder money. Your looks aren't going to get you paid. What are you going to have set up in order to what are you going to have set up to give to your children so that there could be some type of generational wealth in your family? Not just your family, and your family doesn't just benefit from this. It's the community that benefits from this. If everyone was on the same track mind as far as building wealth, we would all be in better shape. We would all be in better shape. But women are so focused on the superficial things: eyelashes, makeup, contour, wigs, nails. Like, y'all know me, I like to get my nails and I like to do my hair, I like to have my lashes on, and I like to do my makeup and all of that. But we need to deepen the conversation, because leveling up is not just leveling up yourself individually. It should be leveling up your children, leveling up your children's children, leveling up your legacy. Family is all about legacy. Family is about legacy. Women wanting to be feminine is because we want to be a part of a man's legacy. We want to be that woman that gives birth to all his babies. We want to be able to take his last name. We also need to be able to build that generational wealth and put that in his mind to make him understand that we're not doing this just for us. We're working for our last name. Oh, Tanea, hey girl. She said, I really want to learn more about reality. Wait, reality? Oh no, did I read that wrong? Let me finish reading. I really want to learn more about realty. I think that's how you pronounce it. And owning a few rental properties of my own. My dad always said, make the land work for you. Generational wealth. Kudos to your father. He's a smart guy. And yes, I agree with what you said there. Girl, I swear, I thought it said reality for a second. I thought it said, I want to learn more about reality. Because seriously, if you're sucked into the level up journey, you're going to be living in la la land, delusion land. You're never going to know what the real world entails if you just listen to these level up women. They don't talk about anything, any real life skills. They lack in that department. Okay, they really do. And I want, we need the conversation to deepen. We really do. It's just a need at this point because if Michaela Pink is getting in trouble for money laundering, she's doing illegal things in order to gain money. Like, is she broke? Like, I hope she's not broke or like living a lie, you know? I mean, it happens. A lot of Americans are living in debt, you know? They're living in debt because they're trying to keep a facade. They're trying to keep a they're trying to keep up a life that isn't real. Tanae say, oop, Michaela Pink, OMG. Girl, you didn't hear the news? Girl. And there's been so much drama going on in the level up community that I didn't address because I feel like things should just blow over. But it's like it's just stacking on. Like one person does one thing, another person does something even worse. It's just horrible. And it's making me feel bad because it's like, you know, someone has to hold these people accountable. You know, the other videos that I've watched on the situation, women, like the other women, they're just dragging Michaela Pink. They don't care. They don't give no Fs. They don't give no Fs. They're dragging Michaela Pink and talking about her children and bringing her kids into it. And I think some of it is lies from what I hear. The way they explain it sounds like lies to me, but you can't lie. Like, you can't fake a mugshot. You know, it's the mugshot. That's what I believe. The charges is what I believe. And yes, if you don't know, let me tell you, girl, I really need some more tea. I swear I need some more tea. I'm mad that I'm out. I'm mad that I drank it before I got on here because it was just too much. But yeah, basically, Michaela Pink got arrested like 2 weeks ago or something, a week and a half ago, for laundering money. It was the amount was between $35,000 to like $100,000. Like it was between that range, and also some other stuff. Oh, fraud. So you know, I live in Florida, where Florida's home of the scammers. Here, there's a lot of people here in Florida who are living a lifestyle that they just cannot afford. They're living a lifestyle that they're literally running schemes, running scams, running frauds. It's the lifestyle here. You see any black dude with, hella gold chains, hella gold watches, hella gold teeth, most likely he's a scammer. You can identify these guys based off of how they look. Okay? But I didn't think someone like Michaela Pink would be into that lifestyle because she makes it seem like she's like, classy. She's all about getting the bag and the men just give her the money. She just puts on the femininity coochie spray on them and they just give her money. That's what she makes it seem like. But that's really not the reality of things. It's really the reality of things. So it's pretty cringe and I'm quite disappointed. And I've been watching Michaela Pink from the beginning. They're scammers in ATL too. Crazy. I mean, yeah. There's scammers everywhere now, from what I hear. There's scammers in Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Texas now, Houston. Houston, we got a problem. There's scammers. There's some scammers in the house. But I think I liked where you were going with your idea tonight when you said that, your father really taught you to own property, which is a great idea. That's a part of generational wealth. Having life insurance is a part of generational wealth. These type of things, we need to be talking about it because, like, even if we're not working, we could be housewives, but we should have properties under our names. A lot of women could be richer if they weren't so lazy. A lot of women could be richer if they would motivate their men. I'm sorry, my leg is falling asleep. I'm like laying in bed, comfortable. But a lot of women would be richer if they weren't depending on donations from people online. Um, oh, oh Lord, y'all, I'm trying to get comfortable because my legs falling asleep. Ouch, 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 ouch. But yeah, anything you see me preaching is because I live by it. And I don't come on YouTube often because I feel like my life isn't all the way together. It isn't to where I feel like I want it to be, but I'm going to level up in a different way. Some people want to level up because they want to be independent. They want to have their own money, house, car with no help of a man. They just want to, get it, have their businesses and do it that way. That's fine. Um, that's fine. But I'm a very dependent person. I'm a very dependent person. I feel like I already told myself before like when I started my level up journey, and I'm sorry, my leg is like, ouch. It's really hurting. I'm trying to get it out. But before I started my level up journey, the main thing that I told myself was that I was going to get out of the game at 25 because I don't see myself being a long time sugar baby. I don't see myself doing this for a long time because I don't want to be 40 years old like Michaela Pink and I'm desperate for money and I'm here laundering money. I don't want to be like any sugar baby out here that's like in their 40s and about to be in their 50s and they still being a sugar baby. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I want to be domestic. Okay. So I got what I needed out of the game. I got my car. That's all I needed. I needed a car. I got my car. And I'm pretty much out the game looking for a husband, wanting a hubby. So. Which finger is it? Is it this finger? Yeah. So I'm dating now currently. Trying to get a boo, trying to get a husband, trying to be engaged by the end of the year. So that I'm not an old woman trying to scam out here, okay? I need to be in my house with my husband and my kids, and we need to be living a good life. And I probably won't even be on YouTube anymore at that time. But maybe I will be on YouTube, but I'll have like a different message for the girls. I always wanted to help girls. Maybe I'll be into financial literacy or or things of that nature. So yeah, that's what I really want to get into. that's what I really want to get into. You know, Michaela Pink was sitting here telling people that she was selling houses and stuff like that, but she ain't teach a person how to sell a house yet. She ain't teach a person how to finesse a house yet. She's out here laundering money. Financial literacy, people. Let's get into that. Let's deepen the conversation into financial literacy because the games are old. Now the games have been played. There's not enough game in the world to keep the level up community together. There's not enough game in the world. Um, at a certain point, you do have to look at reality. You do have to look at reality and see that the condition of the Black society. I was watching Tanya TKO's video live the other day, and she said that the average Black man makes $38,000 a year. That is so far from six figures, okay? That is really far from six figures. So, personally, I wouldn't date a guy that makes that little because that's like literally the minimum. That's not even the minimum. That's just so little. Like the guys that I talk to are pretty high value. Talk to business owners, doctors, people that own their own practice, people that own club owners. I have a variety of friends. I have a roster of guys who are very pretty much established, and I do hope to get married one day. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't be on this level up journey where people are giving shallow advice every day of my life. Every time that I click on their video, the advice is just so mediocre. It's so basic. It's just not moving. It doesn't fill me up as a woman. It doesn't make me feel like I have much to offer a man. It doesn't make me feel like an asset to a man. It makes me feel like a parasite to a man. And I don't want to feel like that as a grown ass woman. Even if I don't offer anything financially, I should be able to offer something with my personality that piques their interest to make them want to stay with me forever. But they don't like the level of channels that I'm watching, they don't really, their personality doesn't even have that it factor. They're just the way they treat their followers. It's just like heartbreaking to me. Heartbreaking. Tanae says, I want it all. The loving, hypergamous marriage, rental property, medical school under my belt, and happiness with myself and those around me. That is beautiful, Tanae. I hope you get everything you want and more. Because you deserve it. We deserve to be happy, and we really need to be putting work out here in these streets. I don't give a damn if you're dating freaking Bill Gates. I don't care if you're dating Bill Gates, the guy that has all the money in the world. Okay? You need to be having businesses under your name. Not saying you, Tanae, but example, like you should be having businesses under your name, whether you're dating the richest guy in the world or dating a six-figure guy. There needs to be something under your name that has something of value. Like I like that you said medical school, which is great. You want to go to school. You want to go to school, you want to finish school. That's perfect. That way you could help people become a nurse, become a doctor, or whatever field you're getting into specifically. And eventually you can own your own practice. You could have a business that says Cannon's Clinic. Cannon's Clinic, like That would be great. I always wanted to be a dentist, so I always wanted to get into the dental field. I could have owned my own practice to be a dentist or whatever. And, women should be doing things like that in the world because Black people are not where they need to be financially at all. We can't just latch onto a guy and expect him to take care of us. It's just not ideal. It's just not ideal in this time. And I was watching Crazy Rich Asians on Netflix. Even those girls, as rich as they are, they're still working. They still like have a profession. They still have income. They still have money. Even if their husband is super rich, super duper duper rich, they were still doing something before they met that guy that even put her in the ballpark to find that guy because she was on her grind and ran into that guy that was making way more money than her and ended up getting married to him. And from there, either she continued with her path or she became a housewife to a mega millionaire. But she was already a millionaire before she found him. Either she came from money or she built herself from the ground up. But the thing with Asian communities, they believe in tradition, they believe in family, they believe in generational wealth. So they always have things set up to where their kids are going to benefit from their generation. And I think they don't have the individual mindset that Americans have, where Americans just think about me, myself, and I, how I feel, what I want to do. Asians are not like that. That's why, oh my God, can y'all believe I was getting my nails done? Excuse this nail. That one just broke. But I was just getting my nails done that my boyfriend paid for or whatever. And literally, as the guy's doing my feet, the owner of the nail shop went around passing out like red envelopes to all the workers in there. And mind you, it's February. They're celebrating Chinese New Year. And their tradition for Chinese New Year is to give out money. They're literally giving each other money. Like, that's just their tradition. In American tradition, what the hell do we do for New Year's? Get drunk, count to 12, do the countdown to 12 and get drunk, wasted, and kiss your significant other when the ball drops? Who does that help? It doesn't help anyone to do that. So I think we need to be putting in better practices in financial literacy. Everything Asian people do, it includes money or whatever. That's why they're one of the leaders in the world. America swears they're on top. No, America's not on top. Asia is on top. China is on top. China produces all of our clothes, all of our toys, our cars. They provide architects. They have some of the smartest people in the world. And Asian people have the most billionaires in the world. They have the most billionaires and millionaires in the world because they have discipline. Their genetic DNA is set up for them to have some type of discipline so that they can set up their family to have that type of money. So we need to be more thoughtful and mindful coming into leveling up. We need to rethink this leveling up thing because even men are leveling up. Okay, they don't want to be dusty anymore. But they need a woman that's going to put it in their mind that, hey, honey, we need to have a saving account for the kids. We need to have a trust fund for the kids. We need to have a college fund for the kids. We need to have life insurance policies in case we pass away. We need to have real estate. We need to have a duplex. We need to purchase that duplex. Oh, there's a duplex for sale, babe. You want to purchase it? We can, we can put down 3% and pay it off, and we can rent it out so that the tenants could pay it off within a few years. That's going to be our investment property. Oh, babe, let's invest in Airbnb. Oh, babe, let's go. Oh, let's go to Dominican Republic. Airbnbs are really cheap out there. The rent is so cheap, and we can do Airbnbs out there in Dominican Republic because we love Dominican Republic. That's our vacation spot, so we can go there all the time. You know, women, it's okay for women to be smart because when you're smart, you're an asset. You shouldn't threaten the man. You shouldn't threaten the man. Like in that one song, Partition. You know, when a woman is a threat to a man is when she's too independent, when she acts like she doesn't need him. That's when she threatens him. But when you guys are acting like you should act, like you guys are in it together, you guys are in it together. This is you guys together covering your family and your children. You're building something grand for the future. So yeah, y'all, I used to sell health insurance, or not health insurance, but life insurance. And when I tell you, life insurance is something that's definitely needed. Every person should have it. Every person should have life insurance. Every person should have it because it's just the way of life for us to pass away. It's just going to happen. Life insurance is the way to set up your family to build that generational wealth. So, for example, Grandma Betty, right? If Grandma Betty has life insurance, once Grandma Betty passes away, boom, she had 4 kids. Her life insurance policy was $100,000. Each kid gets $25K. That's $25,000 for each child. Do you know how much of a boost that would be? And one of the kids could go get an investment property. Another kid could go start a business. Another kid could go make an investment in the stock market. Another kid can go start another business, open up a restaurant with that 25K. And then once your kids, the grandkids grow up, right? They're growing up and they see, oh, my aunt has a restaurant. My uncle has a rental property. My other uncle owns a car dealership. Why? All because of Grandma Betty, who passed away. She left each of her kids 25K. She left $100,000 life insurance policy and left each of her kids 25K to do investment with them as they please. One person, oh, my uncle, oh, the grandkids could look at their aunts and uncles and be like, oh, my uncle finished medical school. My uncle is a lawyer. My aunt is a nurse. They paid off their college tuition. All because Grandma Betty and Grandpa Paul had life insurance policies and they built some type of generational wealth within their family. We need to be more financially savvy as women. Women need to learn to be more financially savvy. Now, life insurance is just something for when people get old. Life insurance is just for something when people pass away when they're old. That's just a bonus. But there should be things that we're doing as we're growing into our older stages that should be helping us build some type of wealth within our home. Okay? And your circle says a lot about you, man. Your circle says a lot about you. I'm not responsible for what my best friend does, but I know my best friend's character. Okay? I know my best friend is a hardworking girl. She's gonna go to work, make her money, and she got a sugar daddy that's gonna pay her rent. Oh, by the way, if y'all in the chat, please give me a thumbs up. I should have at least 10 likes. Please give the video a thumbs up if you're in the chat. I should have at least 10 likes on my video. So yeah, like when there's women on YouTube giving horrible advice, and I'm guilty of it too. I've given pretty shallow advice, but that's because I had an objective. I needed money. I needed money. I need a little bit of money to buy me a car. I had an objective. I wasn't out here trying to steal money out of dead people's bank accounts like the Claymont twins, or laundering money from people, or doing things that's gonna land me in jail. Tanae said, what are things that you can start when you're in your 20s as far as investing and financing? See, that's a great question. And these are things that I need to be researching myself. These are things that I definitely need to be searching myself so I can know too. But as far as investing and financing, stock markets are booming right now. It's booming. Bitcoin is booming. Stock market is booming. If you want to get into that, that would be a great idea to start with in yourself, just to have that in your own portfolio. I had Robinhood. Robinhood is booming. Robinhood is booming. You can download Robinhood. All my friends are up right now. Like I got friends that invested like 5K in Robinhood, and they're like their money doubled. So they're posting it all over because I have smart friends. My friends are like on it, but me, I'm just like trying. But also a business. Even if you start up a little cheap business, a little fun hobby business, it's good to have, whether you're drop shipping items or anything of that nature. What else? I used to research stuff like that before I got on this gold digging journey. I used to research stuff like that, but I honestly put it all behind me and I regret even putting that down. But it's not too late. I'm only 25. Do you guys have any ideas? We're open to suggestions in the comment box. What are some good investments? What are some good investments? So yeah. You know what? It's pretty dangerous. Guys like Kevin Samuels, where he basically discounts a woman if she's smart and rich, which I don't get. I don't get. Because Every man right now needs a woman that's financially savvy. If you're not financially savvy, how are you going to build generational wealth? These men not giving women their credit for being financially savvy, they're going to be the same people who are going to be complaining in 30 years that the Black community can't get their life together because X, Y, and Z. These men need to give credit where it's due. If a woman is a six-figure earner herself, imagine if she found a guy that's equally yoked. He should be a millionaire because guys have way more drive than women do. Today, I was thinking of doing an affirmation journal / calendar. Oh, were you thinking about like selling that? Like selling that on Amazon or a personal website? That would be a great idea, actually. I would buy one. An affirmation journal. So like every day you open it and it's like a new affirmation. I would definitely like invest in that. Oh yeah, like another a good idea. Because your friends are always starting businesses. A really great idea is to invest in your friends' businesses, kind of sort of like the stock market. And I've had friends do this. Where instead of like getting a loan from the bank, they'll actually loan their friend money to start their business if they have a really great business idea. And that person will pay them back plus interest, plus dividends. They would really set it up. But there were guys, so I don't know the details, the numbers on that specifically. But I think that's a great way to, show support for each other in the community because that's what Asian people do. Asian people, they don't go to the banks to get business loans. They borrow money from each other and pay each other back. Oh, crowdfunding. Yeah, like crowdfunding, exactly. So I think that'd be great. I think that would be great if Black people could get into that. Even like Haitians, they do that too. It's called Sol, where everyone pays a certain amount a month, and one person each month gets paid all of the money that each person invested. So, for example, if there's 4 people in Seoul and each person is investing $400 a month, $100 a month, one person would be getting paid like 300 a month plus their 100, so 400 a month. So that amount would transfer on every month. I think every month or every week. I can't remember how that goes specifically. But a lot of my friends down south have gotten their businesses started that way, where they just borrow money from each other. They don't go to the bank. They just borrow money from each other and pay each other back. So yes, crowdfunding, we need to have that word in our everyday vocabulary because we should be supporting each other in our endeavors, in our businesses, people that we trust. That should be in our everyday vocabulary. Not words like, oh, jealous. Oh, you jelly. Oh, you mad. Oh, you salty. Like those low vibrational words just need to go. They just need to go. I hate the fact that Black community think everybody's jealous of them. We're not. We're not. We're not. No one's jealous of you, sir. You're scamming out here. You're a drug dealer. No one's jealous of you. You're a prostitute. You're a stripper. No one's jealous of you. You're a video vixen. No one's jealous of you. No one's jealous of you. No one. No one's jealous of you. No one's jealous of you. But all of us, we want to know, you making all this money. Are you making any programs in order to build any type of financial stability in this community? No? Well, then. Y'all should be, I should have at least 10 likes on my video. I should have at least 10 likes on my video. So don't make me Kevin Samuels, y'all. And, and get off the live until y'all like my video. That's so funny. That is hilarious. But yeah, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama for your mama. There's a lot of drama. I'm over here looking like Medusa too. Looking like Medusa with all this in my hair. But it's my hair though. You could pull it. It ain't no wig. You could pull it. It's mine. It's mine. All mine. I should have put my hair out though. That would have been cute. But yeah, my request before I end this live, my request for the level up community is for women to be more financially savvy. Cause I don't feel the love. I don't feel the love. I don't feel the love from some of the gold digging gurus. I don't really feel the love. So, is that really femininity? Femininity is about being warm, about being charming. It's about being feminine. Like feminine energy is warm. But when I feel like you don't really like us, you're just here to take our money. You're just here for the super chats? Really? That's when I start looking at people with the side eye. Tanae said the crazy thing is, at the very beginning of my journey, I was watching all of MP's videos and even considered purchasing one of her courses. Ooh, girl, thank God you didn't. Thank God you did not purchase her course. No shade. No shade, no tea, but a lot of people were complaining that they paid for the course and they didn't have access to it. And she was like charging people's credit cards, like money that they didn't, that she was basically, I don't know, she was just charging people credit card more money than what the courses were. So even back then, there was a lot of scandals around Michaela Pink and her courses and her business tactics. There was a lot of scandals around that. So thank God you didn't put yourself under that category to be a victim or whatever, because it was really bad. Like, and I know no one's perfect. A lot of us YouTubers, we get online and we just try to do our best. But when you literally make it your duty to scam people and you just do it in a very disgusting way, and then you're mean after, you don't offer an apology, or you just like here for the super chat, you just here for the money, just here for the coin. You can't trust someone like that. And it's like, if I don't trust them and I'm a woman, imagine how these men are feeling about these girls. Like, These men ain't giving these girls no money like that. Because a man is gonna be protective of his money. He's not gonna give his money to a woman that he knows is a thief. He's not gonna give his money to a woman that he knows in his heart of hearts that that woman is a thief. She's a scammer. She's gonna leave me in a bad position. So I tried to put my mom. It was so funny because I tried to put my mom onto Share Seven, and my mom like rebuked Share Seven. Absolutely rebuked Share Seven, and my mom just didn't want me listening to her at all. But I still listen to Share Seven because Share Seven is kind of funny, and she has little game here and there. But everything is repetitive now, because I've been listening to her for like 2, 3 years, and everything is pretty much repetitive. I've heard everything. I've heard everything. Like all her game is just like a broken record at this point. So Michaela Pink, she been scamming for a while, girl. She just finally got caught. I don't mean to laugh, but you know, she called it on herself. She brought it up. She brought it upon herself. So what can I do? All I can do is hold people accountable for their decision and be transparent. That's all I can do. I don't hate the woman because I don't know her, you know? So I don't have any emotional ties to it. She didn't scam me. So I don't have any emotional ties to it, but it just makes the level up um sector of YouTube just look really bad on the woman's part. You know, it's like everything's crumbling. But there is a chance to redeem ourselves long as we are genuine moving forward. You can't be out here just scamming people out of their money and thinking that that's okay. It's not okay. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. Whether you're trying to launder money or you doing prostitution, it's illegal. Okay. So we don't want to end up on bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? We don't want to be on that show. We want to be nice, actually classy women. Okay. Actually very sedity women. We're actual women who are actually sitting at the table with the bosses because we're bosses too. We're bosses in our own right. And we're also feminine. And we're also nice and sweet and loving and charming and warm. Okay? Honestly, I just listened to you. The Universe Guru, Chrissy, Tanya, and the Pink Pill. Oh, I love all of them. Yeah. Oh my God. I've been obsessed with the Universe Guru. Like, I love, 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 love her channel. I literally love her channel. I just love her message. And she's just so warm and caring. And I feel like she's just a genuinely nice person. And the Pink Pill, too. I feel like the Pink Pill is genuinely a nice woman. Tanya TKO, Chrissy, I think Chrissy's very helpful, very informative. Tanya TKO is funny. Her wordplay is crazy. Her wordplay, like she's very intelligent woman. But the Universe Guru, oh my God, she's like she stands for everything Share Seven stands for, but she just does it in a warm way that makes me feel like, oh, okay, like I feel like I care about her in a way. Like I feel like she's just a good woman, good person. And that's the feeling I should be feeling when I'm watching someone that's teaching me about femininity. I should be convinced that they're a good person. I shouldn't be looking at them sideways like, yeah, yeah, they're a scammer. Like, yeah, they're a scammer. Yeah, I'm still watching them, but I know they be scamming. Like, huh? No. No, I should not feel that way when I'm watching your channel. So they say I love Nina. It's because of her I started affirmations. Oh wow, that's great. I go, oh yeah, I can't wait to see your affirmations book, girl. I think that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna be really great. Because we need positivity in the world. Okay, Nina's definitely a positive figure, and I don't want to put too much pressure on her because it's like, once you give people kudos, that's when they start messing up. That's when they start messing up. But hopefully, I think she's a genuine person. She has a good life. So I don't know. She cares about her kids. She talks about her kids. I don't know. I like her too. I do. I really do. And I saw you on her comments one time on her live chat, and I was like, "Look at Tanae." I like her too. Honestly, she's cool. She's cute, adorable. It's Muda. Did I say that correctly? It's Muda said there's a lot of nice, nasty, condescending rudeness by femininity coaches and dating coaches. I've unfollowed a few because the attitude sometimes made me feel like a fool. Oh my God, Muda, girl, I will apologize to you on the behalf of them because I know exactly what you mean. Like, literally, one time, a long time ago, I was on Michaela Pink's channel and I was agreeing with her, whatever she was saying. I forget what she was talking about. And I donated and I sent her a super chat for like $5. And she read my super chat and she just automatically just try to argue my super chat. And I was behind the screen like, why is she trying to argue with my super chat? Like, I'm literally agreeing with her. I thought it was so cringe, and she was just being rude for no absolute reason. Excuse me, she was just being rude for no reason, and I was just like, yeah, that's the last time she gets my money. That's the last time. Okay, because I'm spending my little sugar daddy money trying to show these heifers that I support them, but they're rude. No, no, no. That is not sisterhood. That is not how you show your followers that you care about them. Them. Tanae says she is just so cute. LOL, you be watching me. Yeah, girl, I be seeing your comments. I be seeing your comments. Because I watch her too when she's live. Because I just love her energy. I love her energy, and she's just a good person. So I wish there was like more Black women like that, where there was just genuinely nice people, like just genuinely loving and warm, people, like at the core. But some of them, they're just icy. Their heart is just ice cold, and you're like, damn, who hurt you, sis? Jeez. Jesus. But I don't know. I don't know. We have a lot of work to do. I don't know if it's post-slavery trauma that has a lot of Black women cold at the core, but that's not me. That's not me. And I know it's not you ladies either. Not you ladies either. You ladies are pretty fun to talk to, entertaining, and I can tell you guys have big hearts. That's why you're here. That's why you're trying to learn femininity. Yes, I was on live where Black women were discussing divestment and were dogging women out for wanting to wear makeup slash dress up. Ooh, girl. Really? Oh my gosh. I think there's a way you can get on the panel. Do you want to get on the panel tonight? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and create a link so that you guys could call into the panel so that we can just, talk about it. So I don't know. I've never done this before, so I don't know if that link is clickable. I don't know if that link is clickable, but I sent it, and let me see. Copy the clipboard. Send this link to your guests. You may also want to share it on instruction. Make sure you're correct. Okay. Are you able to click the link tonight? I'm not sure if it's working. Not sure. Let me post it again. So let me check too over here. Oh yeah. Yeah, the link should work. It looked like it's working. So like it's working. So if anybody wants to call into the show and talk about it, we can talk about it. The link's in the bio. Okay. Alrighty, perfect. So that's working. That's working nicely. My face. My face. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be on live all night. Um, Today's not ready to go on live. It's okay. I didn't want to be on live all night. It's already 12 here, midnight. And your girl's been talking for a while. I need to get some more tea, my homemade tea. That tea's so good, I might sell a recipe on that tea. I'm gonna have to sell the ingredients to that tea. It's so good. Oh wait, let me see. Oh. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yay, I'm on the show.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, Tanae.
Hello. This is the first time I've ever done this, so hopefully it goes well and I don't mess up anything.
No, honey, don't worry about messing up. You're natural. You're natural. Just say it to yourself. I'm a
Thank
natural. I'm a
you.
natural. I'm glad I'm the first person that got you on the show. Because I be seeing you everywhere, girl. I be seeing you on the Universe Guru.
Yes.
Seeing you on Shira Seven's channel. I be seeing you clickety clacking.
I try to give people advice. I'm like, I don't even think anyone's looking at my comments.
I think I know. No, I noticed you because you come to my channel. So I'm like, okay, there she go. I see her. Hey,
Yes.
girl.
I love it.
Yes. How do you feel about the like everything that's going on right now, girl? The drama, the
Oh my
tea, the
God.
drama.
I am just in shock. Like, I really had no idea about Michaela Pink. Like, I'm just really shocked because I knew that she was in, doing reality and everything, and just watching a few of her videos. She always talked about, how she was always around prominent investors and doing her thing. Her children have their own little businesses. She has her little businesses and she sugars, well, not really sugars, but like if a man gives her advances financially, she never said no. So, like I said in the beginning, when I started my journey, I was really listening to her because she had a few, good points and
Yeah, she had a
advice.
few
And
gems. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she did.
yeah, and
Were
it
they
seemed like
practical though? Was her gems practical? Like, were they really helpful or were they like just superficial?
hmm.
Just surface level advice, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, some of it I kind of felt like it was common sense. Like, okay, you should know how to speak to someone or how to carry yourself in public or whatnot. But honestly, what I've also learned since being on my journey is not sometimes like certain people don't know the basics. So, I kind of just picked little details that I thought was important for me and pertinent to my situation. But not everyone's on the same level as you are. So sometimes some people need to go through ABC 1, 2, 3.
Oh god. It's like she stayed on ABC though. I'm like, when are we gonna get to
Yes.
the
Yes, for sure.
the other letters?
Of the alphabet.
Right. I
But
don't know. It's been like crazy. I like everything's been everywhere on the blogs. Like the blogs have been having a ball with Michaela Pink, and I feel sorry for her because I'm like, God dang. Like you said, like I thought sis was doing good.
right, doing her thing.
Yeah, she had a nice, beautiful house, like
Mhm.
huge house. I heard the houses are cheap in Texas though, but
Right.
still, it was a gorgeous house. I'm like,
And
oh,
getting married soon, I think. I think she was engaged or is engaged. I'm not sure, but I
everything
remember that
is
was a big
on
thing.
its head. I'm like, what happened to everything she talked about? Like, why do you need to launder money?
I don't know. It just really makes you think, like, what are you really about, and what are you promoting to other women? Like, do
Thank you.
you really care or are you really just about your bag?
I'm like, are you here for the super chat, sis, or are you helping us?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. But, I don't really listen to her anymore because that was in the early stages of my journey. But I was just shocked to hear about that. I would have never guessed.
Me either. Everything just hit the blocks today, and I was like, God dang! Everybody started making stories about it. I'm like, ooh, I had to jump on it because there was literally some other stuff that happened with Shira 7 a couple weeks ago with Jessica X, and I didn't talk about that because I
Oh.
wanted it to just blow over. But it's like with the level up communities, like everything is just falling on its face
Mm-hmm.
fast and hard, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I feel like a deer caught in headlights. I'm like, what's going on?
It's
Did
a
you?
lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And I'm like, you guys are not preaching what you talk about
Mm-mm.
at all. Because something I really want to talk about was with Shira Seven when she got on Jessica X's channel or whatever. Did you see that?
I did not.
Oh my gosh. I should have made a video about
So
it when it
she called in to her to
happened.
Jessica X's show.
Yes, that was a
Oh
couple
my
weeks
god.
ago. Shira Seven went on like an 8-hour rant talking
Oh,
about Jessica X. And it was a lot of drama, girl. And finally, the next day, Shira Seven called into Jessica X's show. And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't catch the show live because I was asleep.
right. 4 o'clock. I mean,
4 o'clock in the morning, I'm in my bed. I've been thinking about my man, okay? But like, oh my God, yeah, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And basically Shira Seven got on her panel, and Shira Seven was just, she always preaches, when people are mean to you, be nasty nice,
mhm.
throw little insults that don't seem like insults, which I don't know how to achieve that, because if I'm going to insult you, I'm just going to insult you. But she always preaches nasty nice, which I thought she was going to go on the show and, give a great, beautiful example of that. But she got on the show and she was just calling Jessica names, like mimicking her accent. She just made herself, she didn't portray herself in the best light to me. To me.
Mm.
And everyone looked at Shira Seven like she was crazy. And I was just like this, like hiding my
Wow.
face behind the blinds. I was what's going on?
Wow.
This is our queen?
Right, our queen. Is this your queen? Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm really shocked that she would even call in because that doesn't seem like something she would have the time to do, or at least that's what she would usually say. Like she doesn't have time to entertain people
She
who are
had
saying
fun
Jessica.
that day. She had
She
fun that day. It was a lot of drama building up, and everyone got involved. Kevin Samuel was called in.
Oh, what?
Yes, everyone made time for that show. Everyone was on that panel that day. Every YouTuber you can think about got on the panel that day and had their little 2 cents. The Pink Pill got on the channel. Everyone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
girl, that show was like 4 hours long. When I tell you, it was exciting from beginning to end. I laughed, I cried, I went through the motions.
I'm mad I missed it.
Yeah, I don't even think it's public anymore, but that was the biggest thing that I felt like I really wanted to address, and I didn't. And then this happened with Michaela Pink, and I was like, damn, Michaela Pink just outdid Shira Seven by a lot.
Yes, for sure. Wow. Just craziness. What's going on with this community? It really makes you think, huh?
It really does. And I'm just like, because I'm the type of person, I get on here and I give advice, but I live by what I say. And I also don't have a problem showing people my lifestyle.
Right.
Like, Shira Seven doesn't have much of a life outside of her home. She's a homebody. But Michaela Pink, I thought when Michaela Pink was going to come on the scene, I thought she was going to be one of those showed us her life, showed us her day, showed us how she dressed, showed us what she did, showed us how she talked to her daddies.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like she did the same thing as Shira. Get on camera, talk, turn off the camera. Who knows if she was telling the truth?
Right.
Do you think she was telling the truth about her lifestyle?
I mean, obviously not if she's going through what happened, It's just, I mean, my thing is if you're about it, you're about it. If not, you're not. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not just to
Right.
get money or followers. Like, it's really not that serious, you know? Like, you know your own truth and what you're capable of doing.
That's exactly right. You don't have to fake it for us. We're nobody.
We're nobody.
We're nobody.
Nobody's with $5.
Chats, okay? We ain't paying no bills.
Oh my gosh, that's so the truth.
But girl, I'm so glad you called in. I
I'm
think
so
I'm
glad
gonna have it
you
this format a little bit more, like more often, because this is cool. Girl, who is
Yes.
calling you up tonight? Let me see what you got to say.
No, it's my dad actually.
Oh,
Not
don't.
that kind of, you know, dad, but you know
Oh,
my actual dad.
I was like, Daddy.
Daddy? No. I wish that's what we're trying to get to, but
Oh yeah, girl. Do you need like advice for anything? Because this level up journey, I don't even know if it's real or fake anymore. But but there's some girls
like
who
what is
literally,
it? Who are we? Where are we?
who are we? Seriously, like, what? I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. Seriously. But there's some girls who are literally getting to the bag. Like,
There
I,
are.
huh?
I said there are. That's the thing.
There are, yes.
Oh my gosh. I do have one question though. I think it's more geared towards more of the mental side of it, of the level up aspect, just dealing with your own insecurities as far as approaching different situations. Um, Sometimes I find myself really confident in certain situations, and then other times kind of a little bit nervous. Especially when it comes to just going to new places like by myself, like restaurants or, you know, just high end places. So it's kind of like the confidence isn't as consistent as it should be. Like it's almost like an up and down.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Like how do you get in the mindset of just staying in your feminine energy and being confident? I mean, I know that as a person, we can't be confident like 100% of the time, you know, because we're all people and human. But
Exactly.
how do you, I guess, mentally prepare yourself to be in that space as far as going out and not doubting yourself?
Oh my God, that is a great question, Tanae. Honestly,
Thank you.
girl, the confidence be all over the place. It's really like, it's really a day-to-day process. Like, you just gotta take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I really struggle with is my energy level. Because my energy bar like kind of decreases like as the day goes on. And that's anybody.
Right.
But I think your energy level should like be up. And something I like to do often is like if I'm at the bar, I'll get like a glass of wine. That's just
With
me.
you.
I have to drink. I don't know if you're a drinker.
Oh, I love a good glass of wine.
Okay, so clink clink, we in there. Clink clink. That's all I need. Once I have my little glass of wine, I swear I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody. But it always starts with the bartender. I talk to the bartender. Bartenders are always gonna have a great conversation with you because
Mhm.
that's their job. Like they want their tips. So they're gonna make it seem like they're having fun, they're having a ball, and you just go off of that energy. And then from there, guys are gonna be looking at you like, oh, okay. And you're gonna be like, hey. And they're gonna come over, and yeah, it's really about your energy. Like
Right.
I've seen girls who I've seen girls who are beautiful get no attention at the bar because they're just sitting there on their phone like this, like literally, just not even interacting with anyone. And it's always the girl who's just have a bubbly personality that's gonna get the most attention.
Okay,
Because
good
everyone
tip.
wants to be next to her. They're like, "Ooh, who's that girl?"
Right, she looks like she's having a good time.
Exactly. So confidence is very tricky, but just making sure that you have fun when you go out. That's the main objective. Because confidence, once you walk in the building, is showtime.
Right.
Once your big toe steps in the building, chest out, shoulders back, chin up, walk with grace. And you just, yeah.
Okay, that's
I'm
good
just
advice.
nice. I swear, I don't. Oh, me?
It can be hard sometimes.
It can be hard.
Mhm.
It can be hard, especially for me, because it's like, girl, I be learning just like y'all.
You don't seem like a shy person or that you're nervous or anything.
I'm always nervous and I'm always shy, but it's like I use that shyness and I just do like some type of reverse thing in my body, and I literally feel it. Like when I feel shy, I
Hmm.
literally reverse it so that I can become an extrovert. Like it's just an energy that I just pull out of my gut and I just pull it out of my throat so that I don't know. It's like literally a feeling that I'm pulling the energy out of my lower self and pulling it through my body and just coming
Just
out of my mouth. It's weird, but it's something that I do, and I've recognized that within myself.
that's definitely a good tip. I'm gonna try to do that. Not sure about the conjuring from my gut, but
No, but you know when you have like butterflies in your stomach, that's literally what it is. Like,
the butterflies.
yeah, and I'm like literally just letting the butterflies loose. Like I'm just pulling it out and just letting them out. Like,
Letting it be.
yeah, just let it be, let it flow. But I've messed up a lot. Like trial and error, girl, trial and error. Your best friend. Trial and success, trial and success, trial and
Trial and success. I like that. That's a good positive spin on it.
success.
Well, I will definitely keep that in mind as far as moving forward, because that was the thing that I've just been kind of struggling with. Some days I'm super happy and confident and, can't tell me nothing. But then other days it's like, oh God, like I'm just going to sit here all by myself and no one's going to be talking to me and I don't know what to say.
Oh, it be like that sometimes. Every day is different, girl. Every day is different. There's so many times, like before I met my last sugar daddy, before I put up my sugar baby card. Yes, I put up my sugar baby card. Before I put up my sugar baby card, I met this guy at the casino, but I had been going to the casino for like weeks, and I
Mhm.
no luck. I literally stopped looking. I was like, okay, I'm just here for a good time and to gamble, and I'm here for the free drinks. Um, and literally, he just ran into me, and we started talking, and I gave him my number, and I ignored him for 2 weeks. He would text me all the time, and I would just ignore him. But he was the perfect target. He was an older guy, right up my alley for sugar daddy material. But yeah, I ignored him for 2 weeks, and finally I gave him a chance. And the same night we went to go hang out, he gave me $600, and I was like, okay. And then we've been gambling. He won $1,000 on the slot machine, and he gave me half the money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's like $1,300, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, okay, I did something. It was like you plant seeds. Like you plant seeds. You may get to know someone today, but you don't talk to them for like a month, and then finally you guys go out, and you're like, oh shit, okay, you're a provider, okay. I like that. I like.
Yeah, like there's a connection there.
Yeah. I had to cut him off recently. We've been talking for 6 months, but I had to cut
Oh,
him off because I'm like, I want to get married and,
he wasn't about that.
huh?
I said he wasn't about that, or
No,
he just wasn't.
not at all. That's the thing with these older guys. Like, you could be arm candy to them, but a lot of them are divorced.
Mm,
They don't necessarily care for marriage or to be remarried. So they're having fun with you for the moment, but they don't really see you there for the long term or whatever. So that's another thing with the level up journey that I had to get out of my mind because the advice had been so shallow.
mm-hmm.
I was just using these tactics and I feel like it was hindering me because I wanted to be myself, but I feel like if I was myself, it would turn them off.
Wow.
So I kept it shallow, but being shallow is it's also a turn off because then they're like, oh my god, she's a rockhead, like
Right.
she's an airhead, like oh my god, like no, I can't. Like she's a good time, but she's fun and stuff, but don't want to bring her around like my family and so yeah, I'm dating someone my age now. He's in medical school.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's very sweet, and we come from the same background, so
Okay,
hopefully this works out. Because I
so
want,
he's Haitian as well.
huh?
He's Haitian as well.
How did you know?
Just a guess.
You're a smart one. You're a smart girl.
I mean, I have a few degrees or whatever.
You're a PhD. Let me find out.
Wishful thinking. Oh, that is amazing. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I think it's good. The only thing is he has like 8 years until he graduates, and I'm like, what the hell is going
Can
to
we speed that up, sir?
like? Can you like double up your classes or something?
Oh my gosh.
But I don't want to kill the boy because he still has to work, and we still trying to figure out the details of
Is
what's.
he, you said he's around your same age, or is he a little bit older?
He's a little bit older. I'm 25. He's 27. When I first met him, I told him I was 25. He didn't believe me because he was like, you act so much younger. And then I had to watch the Universe Guru, and she was like, oh, if your man is around your same age, spiritually make yourself younger, like 7 years younger or something like that.
Hmm.
So I went to him and I'm like, I'm not 25, right? I'm actually 21. And he believed me. He was so happy.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, you're 21. I knew it. I knew you were 25. I knew it. I was like,
Whoa.
this guy really thinks I'm 21.
Right.
Is that creepy? Like, I was a little creeped out, no cap.
I think it depends on how you look at it.
It was scary that it worked, like what Universe Guru said. And he was so excited. And I was like,
I'm telling you, like, I have learned so much from her channel, and she is just such a bright, positive, happy spirit.
I know she is.
Mm-hmm.
I sat there and I watched all her videos.
It's addicting.
Very addicting.
Her calming voice and just how happy she is. And honestly, all of her advice can be applied to anything like dating, you looking for a raise at your job, just recognizing what you want and what you deserve and realizing that you're deserving of it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her story, how she got engaged in 2 weeks and she said she don't believe in boyfriends.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, really? If I was to tell someone that, they'd probably leave my ass. They'd probably be like, oh,
You're crazy.
for her. She got hella dudes out here. Nah.
I think that's something too, as far as cultures, just seeing how different cultures are. Because in her culture, that's not unheard of, but that's
It's,
pretty commonplace, with the men just being willing to just do a proposal. I remember her saying that he brought papers over to her parents that just showed, how he was financially and all of his investments. And it just really made me think, like, wow, we don't really have that as far as in our culture in the Black community.
I totally agree. Like these guys out here, if they showing you papers, it's of child support payments, back payments, stuff, and you just start getting stressed out and start sweating. Like, dude, I did not sign up for this.
Oh my gosh.
But with these guys, it's so true, and that's why I felt like I wanted to make this video today, because I'm like, oh my god, we are focused. Like Black people are just focused on the wrong things, like jewelry, wigs, hair. Like the looks, the appearance were so superficial. And
Yeah.
it's not getting us anywhere. We need to be
Right.
focused on our generational wealth, because obviously people from other cultures, they have it down packed already. So
Right.
the men know, in order for me to have a wife, I need to have a job.
Right.
They know
Yes.
the guys over here are like, oh no, we need to go 50-50. I'm going 50-50.
Oh.
Ain't you an independent woman? Ain't you independent? I got kids. My baby mama. It's so ghetto. It's so ghetto in the US. It's very ghetto. So that's why I really wanted to date someone from my culture, because we kind of have the same values as well. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but we have the same cultures where people don't believe in, having kids out of wedlock, and going to school is definitely a must, especially for the boys. Like they're required to go to school. If you don't go to school, you're a failure. And if you're a failure, you're basically banished from the family.
Oh, wow. That's intense.
It's very intense. They will literally like not even claim you if you don't make the family proud. It's that serious in the Haitian culture.
Wow.
Like girls have a slack. Like girls get a lot of slack, but the boys, no.
Like you have to do this or you'll be the black sheep.
Exactly, you have to. And a lot of dudes are like Kodak too. If you know Kodak. It's like there's two type of Haitian dudes. There's dudes like Kodak, and then there's dudes that actually went and got a career. There's no in betweens. Like no in betweens. Either
Wow.
you got a career, have investment properties, doing everything you need to do in order to have a nice life, or you're trying to be a rapper. Being Dusty over there somewhere.
In that little corner.
That little corner.
So, what is some advice that you would give women, especially in the Black community, to, I guess, avoid situations like that? Like, avoid, I guess, entangling yourself with those type of men? Like, what would you say?
I would say move, because those type of guys, they're just everywhere, especially like if you live in a hood community. If you live like in a really hood community, like where Section 8 is popular, the corner stores are filled with crackheads, there's a liquor store in every block. If you live in that type of community, just like try to build your way up to move to a nicer suburban area so that you can run into guys who are of better quality.
Right.
I wouldn't ever say, date a white guy. Like a lot of people say divest or whatever. And I feel like that's a personal choice. It shouldn't just be advertised. It should be a personal choice.
Right.
It's a neighborhood where you feel like you fit in. And I think that's where my family went right. Why probably you too. why, you know, you have the level of education that you have is because we probably didn't live like in the ghetto, like ghettos
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
like super rural areas. But I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with that 100%. Like, location definitely does make a difference. Even if you do live in the hood or whatnot, w- you can still have the ability. I don't know, maybe if you have your own car or get a car ride with your cousin, I don't know, whoever's around, to just go to those more affluent areas just to get a change of scenery, just meet different people, experience different things.
I mean, when you live in the hood, though, it's just different than actually just like going out and visiting other areas. You have to actually move, like get
mm,
pack your stuff and leave that area. Because when
mm,
you have to pump your gas, when you have to go to the mail office, when you have to go to Walmart and make your groceries, that whole area has those people in it. Not saying those people in a bad way, but
right.
like it's just full of
That mindset.
that mindset. Yeah, and it's like
Mhm.
you really want to make an effort to just get away from it as soon as possible because like we can't do that.
Right. And we all deserve better,
Better. Yeah.
Why not?
Girl, you be waking up and you hear NBA Youngboy, your neighbor playing Roddy Rich, and it's like, stop, stop, make it stop, please.
Yes, I like to wake up and just hear birds chirping.
Thank you.
And maybe the little school bus going down the street. That's about
I
it.
like to wake up and I see my neighbors going out for a jog and they're waving at me and they're
Aw.
asking me, you know, do you need anything? Or they're like helping me on my tire if I need anything. Like, this is the type of community I like to live in. Community is everything.
Same, agreed. I could not agree with you more.
Yeah, so I beat that horse dead. So, but how's your level up journey? Like, how's that going?
It's going really well. Like, honestly, I can say within the last year, I've learned a lot about myself. I've definitely learned a lot about what I want and where I want to be in my future. Um, Not saying that before this year I didn't know anything, because I always had an idea of what I wanted. I think this is the first year where I've actually sat down and wrote down a list of my goals and what I wanted and actually started doing things to put those into fruition. Um, Kind of like I mentioned before, I've done a lot of work mentally because I really do believe that's the hardest part of the level up journey is the mental part of it, realizing what are your insecurities, what are things that you can work on, what are your flaws, what can you improve? Because I really think a lot of people don't take the time to sit and like ask themselves those hard questions, because some people will be like, oh, I'm fine, I'm perfect, I don't need to work on anything. They need to work on stuff, like other people, like it's their problem. When in reality, we all are capable of improving little things about ourselves.
Yeah, I
So,
agree with that.
right, with me, it's just been sitting down and just writing out the things that make me, anxious and nervous and kind of looking on the inside as far as like, okay, Tanae, well, why do you feel anxious and nervous about this? Like, how can we mitigate that situation?
Where are you from, girl?
Where am I from?
Yeah,
I'm from Atlanta.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I swear I would have thought you were from like California. You sound like a Valley girl.
Oh gosh, it's my voice. I really hate the way my voice sounds like on the
No,
phone.
you sound
I sound like a baby.
you sound great. I like how you said fruition. I'm like, oh, vocabulary words. You know,
That's a
fruition.
GRE word.
But no, Atlanta is a great place to practice hypergamy.
It is. I've been
What's the scene like out there, girl? Tell me the tea, because I heard there's a lot of, out there. So, girl,
What is that hand motion?
you know what that means. Can't heal.
Oh my gosh, I can't with you. I mean, it's really good. The one thing about Atlanta is there's always something going on. There's always a place to go, some kind of festival or event, and there's just so many different types of people here. It's a huge melting pot. I mean, so many cultures and races. You can really run into anyone. I mean, celebrity people, normal people, doctors, lawyers, researchers, pilots, like everyone. It's the Mecca when it comes to Atlanta. And there's a lot of nice high-end areas as well. You know, you have Buckhead and Sandy Springs, that area. Of course, you know, you have the other areas of Atlanta, like any major city.
Yeah. So are you in it? Are you leveling up for like just the daddies, the sugar daddies, or for marriage and generational
I'm
wealth?
Yes, so I'm really leveling up for myself, one and foremost, because you can always make a better version of yourself. But also marriage, like I'm really on the path to getting married. Like I just want to be married and have my little family, you know, and just be happy. So,
Guys.
you know, like I'm still in my early 20s. I'm about a year older than you, so.
Well, I'm 21, so
Oh, well, shoot, I'm 22.
I'll be for the next 10 years. So
But yeah, I mean, it's a great place, and I'm really just looking for marriage, you know. Just trying to do what I can to better myself and just really be the best version of me, you know.
yeah, that's true. I mean, it should be easy. At my age, I want to take the universe guru route. I want to take her name is Nina.
Mina, yes.
I want to take the Mina route and be like, listen, I don't like that boyfriend stuff. So, yeah, I'm keeping my options open to see who's gonna marry me first.
Right. And it makes sense. Like when she broke it down and explained it, I was just like, wow, like that is a really interesting perspective. And that can help you narrow down your chances too, or not chances, your choices, because if someone's really not in it for the right reasons and they're just going to be like, oh, this girl is crazy, I'm not going to do that. So that just automatically gets them out of the running because they're not willing to even continue on pursuing or at least trying, you know, because they're scared of the thought of, oh my God, like she wants marriage like now.
Like I just met her like a week ago. Like, she, what?
Right.
No, some guys literally they are looking for that because I've been trying it lately.
Really?
Yes, I've been trying it. I've been literally telling dudes, I'm like, listen, I know we just met, but I know this is our first date, whatever. But I'm looking for marriage, and I don't tell them that I'm keeping my options open, but they should know that. Like,
Right.
so I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for marriage because I want to be married in like the next year or so. So. And you would be surprised, like guys actually stick around. They're like, oh, okay, well, she wants to be married. And they literally will think about it because it just wasn't on their mind. Like, they'll be like, oh, damn. They'll look at you like you're different. Like, oh, she's different. Literally, a guy that I was talking to the first day I met him, he approached me at the gas station and I looked at him and I'm like, boy, like you got about 2 girlfriends already. I'm like, you don't want my number. And he was like, I do have 2 girlfriends. And I was like,
And no.
and I, you do now. But I'm so crazy. My crazy tail self, I still give him my number. and I let him take me out on a date, and we were talking or whatever, and he was basically telling me how, you know, the girls that he talked to, one of them have like half the qualities that he likes, the other one has like the other half of qualities that he likes. Like, oh, if he could just put them together, they would be the perfect girl. And I'm just like, why don't you just be, you know, polygamous? Because you like, you have 2 girlfriends and then you're on a date with me. Like, what's
Right, that's a lot.
It's too much. But the thing is, with those girls, neither one of them are putting pressure on him to get married. Neither one of them, like, he's just having fun with both of them. They're just placeholder girls until he finds that girl that's
what he really wants.
Yeah. And literally, we went to the pool together, and he was like, "Oh, if you move in with me right now, I swear I'll leave those other 2 girls alone."
What?
Tempting, but I'm not gonna jump on anything. That's crazy. I'm not gonna move in with you.
Right.
Hell no, I didn't mean moving. I said marriage, okay? Not play.
That's 2 different things.
I said marriage, not playhouse, okay? Marriage. I need a ring. I need paper. Courthouse.
Courthouse.
But guys are crazy. They'll hit you with that, oh, you want to move in? Like, no.
Gosh, I've never been asked that before.
Huh?
I've never been asked that before.
If you want to move in?
No, that's never. I mean, more than likely, I would say no, but that's never happened.
Guys ask me that all the time, especially when I ask them to pay my rent. They'll be like, you could just move in with me.
No, that's not what I wanted. That was not the part of the question, sir.
Right. Like, where did you get, like, what?
That's it.
These guys are crazy, but it's fun, though. And literally, the guy that I met, like, the Haitian guy that's in medical right now, I literally told him the same thing. I was like, you know, I want to be married. So, yeah.
So do you find that being direct with men, as far as when they ask you, you know, what are you looking for? What do you like in men? And, you know, you say directly what you're looking for. Do you find that some men just try to go along with it because you told them what you're looking for? Or do you feel like it's more genuine? Because I know some men just kind of just go with what you said in hopes of, you know, getting what they want in the end versus actually being honest. And you know what I mean?
With guys, they don't even know what they want. You have to tell them what they want. You as the woman have to tell them what they want. So I understand your question. You're saying, you know, would they be putting on probably like a facade?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, to like just, you know, get the goods out of me, like acting and stuff like that. But that's the thing, like, you can't act for long. And you're not about to get these goodies until we start talking about stuff for real. But like with the guys now, like, girl, it's hard to fake it, especially when you're not getting any. Like, they look at it like, because I'm telling them, like, I'm not doing anything until I'm married. Like, so.
So what are you gonna do?
So if you're here for that, like, the door is over there.
I love it. I love it. You know, this is really such a good conversation because just talking to you, like, there's a difference as far as what you're saying compared to some other, you know, level up channels, just as far as the advice. Because some channels or people would say, you know, don't be direct, don't tell don't tell them what to do or what you're looking for. And
Sure, Seven says that all the time. She says if you tell a guy that you want to get married, they're going to use that to manipulate you.
right.
She says that all the time, but
And I've
that's
heard that from other things too.
it's a cultural thing. It's the difference between American guys and a Haitian guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Haitian guys, like I said, they know that they have to be married. They know that that's just the natural order of things. Find a wife, have a kids, graduate school. What worse? Graduate school, get a wife, or just find those two, and then get a career, have kids, stuff like that. That's just the natural order of things. I don't have to sit here and finesse a guy into marriage or wait 7, 8 years to wait for a guy to want to marry me.
Right.
That's just wasting my time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so to me, I feel like it would be better if women were more direct. Because even if a guy, because my thing with Shira Seven, she teaches us a lot of finesse game. She doesn't teach us. She doesn't teach us marriage game.
Right. I will agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah, and I feel like Mina. I hate to pronounce her name wrong, but Mina.
Yeah, you said it right.
Mina. Okay, I said it right. Okay, good. Mina, she teaches us a marriage game. So I feel like that's where that differs between those two channels. So that's why I had to stop listening to Cher for a little bit too. Because I'm like, girl, this advice is just, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. This advice, because I've done everything, I've did everything that I wanted to do. I'm bored now. I want to go on to the next chapter of my life, which is marriage and have some children.
Yes, I'm on that same boat. And I think this is the age, because even with all of my girlfriends, I have a very close-knit circle of other beautiful, smart, intelligent, motivated business owner women who are in school, like wonderful group of friends. Like I love them to death, and we're also supportive of each other. So that's when you mentioned circle, I thought about my friends. I was like, I have a pretty good circle, but not bragging or anything. But they
No,
are
that's
pretty
just to
awesome.
brag about.
But all of us, like we always have these deep conversations, kind of like what you and I are having right now, and everyone's really on the same page. And I think when you hit that 25 mark, I think in your brain, you're just like, wow, okay, I'm closer to 30. I really want to be married and have a family. Not saying you're running out of time, but just you're like, wow, I'm halfway through my 20s. Like, I should be getting on this, have a game plan going.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
and it just flipped for me. But I always told myself, like coming into this level up journey, I always told myself 25 is the cutoff age for me finessing.
right.
I told myself that at 22 when I started. So I started at 22 and I've got a lot accomplished. I got a lot accomplished thanks to Share 7 because she was the only person I was listening to, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been flown out to Europe, London, got a car purchased for me. I've done a lot. But it's like,
Right.
okay, I did all of that. I could have gotten all of this done if I had a boyfriend. Like,
True.
if
True.
I had a boyfriend, I could have still went to Europe with him, Sweden with him. He could have bought me a car. So, like, I'm really wasting my youth doing this level up thing. And it was fun while it lasted because I wasn't tied to anyone. But I think it's time for me to go ahead and get the cuffs out. Cuff me up.
Pass me up.
Cuff me up. Hey, me. I'll be your prisoner.
What would you say was one of the most valuable things that you learned during that period of you kind of finessing from 22 up to now, really?
Wow, that's a great question. I really learned to just put myself first.
Mm,
That's something that I didn't have before. That was a quality that I didn't have before, because I felt before like if I do X, Y, and Z for a guy, that's gonna make him love me more.
Mm.
But really, it's the exact opposite. If you don't do anything for a guy, he's gonna love you more. He's gonna love you more. If you don't do anything for him, don't text him first, don't call him first, don't even look his way sometimes. Just be in your own world.
Just exist.
So
That's
yeah, that was the
beautiful.
main thing. That was the main thing. That was the main thing. Just putting myself on a pedestal and letting guys work for me. Because I always knew it was possible, but I just didn't know how to like,
Go about it.
yeah, I didn't know how to go about it.
Right.
And sure, someone like taught me how to like go about it in a way where I'm like, okay, I can get used to this.
I can make this work.
I can make this work, yeah. But yeah, that was the main thing. Because before that, like literally the last dude, the last Dusty that I dated, oh my God, he was living with his grandma. He didn't have a car. He kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a rental. I'm gonna buy a rental." No, well, not buy a rental. He kept saying he was gonna get a rental so that he could. He's like, "Oh, all I need is $400 so I can get a rental for a week," and he kept saying that. So I was working, I was making money, and I just gave him the money, thinking that that was gonna make us closer. But that actually like repelled him. Like,
Oh, wow.
it repelled him to the point where I remember we went ice skating. We went ice skating in New Orleans. And after we went ice skating, he was so mad the whole time. I didn't know what was his problem. But he was bothered. I didn't know what was wrong with him. And literally on our way leaving the ice ring, he took my phone. Like, he just went crazy, unprovoked. He took my phone and just smashed it with his bare fist and threw my phone out the window on the highway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh my God, like what the, like where is this coming from?
Yeah.
And then I had to realize, like, I started listening to Share Sound, and I'm like, oh my God, I literally repelled him because I gave him that $400.
Wow.
Yeah, I gave him money and he just hated me after that. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? That's the last time I'm giving
Right. First and last time.
He almost killed me, like not literally, but he almost took my head off. Like, he accepted the money, but I know in the back of his mind he didn't feel good about it because he wanted to be that masculine man.
Right, and do it himself.
He just felt emasculated and he just didn't look at me the same anymore.
I'm so sorry that happened as far as your phone and just going through that, because I know that can be scary when you're just not expecting that to happen.
Girl, I was terrified. I thought he was gonna like take, because I was literally driving on the highway. I thought he was gonna like take the wheel of the car and like slam me into another car. I literally thought he was gonna do something crazy. I was terrified. I was scared. And it's like, you know, guys, and he was like 6'4". He was huge.
Oh my gosh.
He was huge. I was like, yo, nope, not doing it ever again. He literally felt emasculated because I gave him money. All he had to do was say no, but it's like, free money.
Why not just take it?
Why not just take it? But he really felt bad about it at the end of the day. He really felt horrible. So, yeah, never give a man money, girl. I learned that the hard way.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Never, ever, ever.
Have you ever given a man money by accident on purpose?
Nope.
Girl, good job. Keep it that
way. No, I just never have. It's never come up before.
And it's so crazy because my dad taught me better than that. But I just felt so bad for the guy because he was just like a Dusty. Like,
yeah.
He was just a bum. And I thought I was helping him, but I guess not.
So what do you think of situations when women go on dates and they have a great dinner date with the guy or whatnot, and the check comes, and the guy asks if the check can be split between both of them. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my God, that hasn't happened to me before. That has not happened to me. Literally, I would pay and never talk to him again. Like never, like just block him in the parking lot. As soon as I get in my car, block his freaking number. Like, what the hell? What was that?
Right.
I wouldn't do it.
I
I literally never dealt with that. I remember when I was about 15 and I went on a date with this guy that I ended up being in a relationship with for
mm-hmm.
2 years. We went on our first date and literally I'm 15 and he's like probably 18. And he was like 17. And he was like, we went to the movies like kids do. And I made sure I brought money with me because I thought I was gonna have to pay half of the movie tickets and pay for like popcorns and stuff like that. I was like ready to go 50-50.
Right.
And he literally got upset because he saw me pulling out my money. And he was like, whoa. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, I was gonna pay for my ticket. He's like, why would I invite you out if you had to pay? He's like, that's not me. I don't do that. And I'm like, for real? And I'm like, oh, well, can we get a smoothie?
Can we get a smoothie?
Can we get some M&Ms? Can we get a popcorn?
The extra large popcorn.
The extra large, you can get a refill. I love movie popcorn. It's so good.
Oh, it's the best.
Right? I love it. I gotta get an extra large every time I go.
I always get the kid pack because it comes with candy. I know, I'm a mess. Wow, that's interesting. Like, I've never ran into that situation before as far as going on a date and my date asked to split the bill, and I've never been in a situation where a guy has been, let's go Dutch. I've never. Never. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up is just because I saw a couple of things on Facebook, like little memes or people were posting, like, what would you do if your date did this? And in the meme, it had like the guy sitting at the table and he had a bunch of food around him and he's eating. And then the girl is sitting on the other side of the table with nothing like by her. And then in the picture, he's saying, "Oh, you forgot your card." And then she's just standing there, sitting at the table, like looking at him. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, what is this? And people were commenting under it saying, if that girl don't get up.
Okay, she's gonna sit there and watch him eat. Literally watch the pizza crust on the side of his mouth or whatever. I would have put that table over and left.
Same. I would have been livid. And then the thing was, some people in the comments, they were supporting it and they were like giving excuses for the guy. No, for the guy? Yeah, for the guy, just saying, like, well, maybe it wasn't a date. Maybe they were just friends hanging out, or, oh, maybe they're going to go Dutch or something. I'm like, what? No. Like, if someone invites you out on a date, like, it's a date, like, it's an invitation,
You're supposed to pull out your wallet and swipe that Visa, sir. What are you doing? Like, as a man, how could you sit there and really eat in front of a woman and even feel comfortable?
Oh, horrible.
Wouldn't you feel like a dirt bag? Like, I'm over here eating this lobster and steak and she's sitting there with nothing, eating air pie.
Bland air pie. With no flavor.
These guys are not men, and I hate that. I'd be like, girl, that's why I literally can't date an American dude. I'm sorry.
No offense taken.
I just can't. Like, I just have too many horror stories with them.
Wow.
Yes, I have to just go ahead and stick with my culture or date a Hispanic dude because Hispanic dudes are very romantic.
That's what I've heard.
They are very romantic. They'll write you love letters, pull up to your house with flowers all the time. That was the guy I was with for 3 years. He was Hispanic. Everyone thought we were gonna get married, but I was too young
Hmm.
and I wanted to be a player.
You wanted to play your game.
I wanted to play my Disney games. And the game done played me because now I'm 25 with no kids, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. You still have time, still young.
Yeah. So yeah, he ended up that ex, he ended up it was so weird because we had a really great connection. We were like best friends, but he could never get his feet on the ground financially.
Hmm.
So we ended up breaking up because I needed someone that was going to be more stable. I was in college. He was in college also, but I needed him to like really start planning out our life. Like, okay, we're gonna get an apartment, we're gonna pay this much, we're gonna do this, we're gonna like
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
a man, I feel like a man should have structure and plan.
Mhm.
So he was lacking in that department. He was still very immature. So I had to break it off with him. And he ended up practicing hypergamy. And
Really?
he ended up like dating one of the top sales women in Louisiana. I don't know
Huh.
what she sells. She sells some type of digital product. And she's like loaded. Like she has so much money and he doesn't have to pay for anything. And she pays for everything. They travel. They go
Hmm.
everywhere. He doesn't pay for anything.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm like,
Hmm.
God damn, he practiced hypergamy shit. I'll be damned
Oh,
if I sit here and be stuck with Dusty.
interesting how that works out.
Yeah, there's some girls out
Wow.
here, they don't care. They'll pay for a guy. But I just I there and it was funny because he was the one who wouldn't allow me to pay, but he allowed that girl to pay. And I always had access to him. If I was in town, I'd be like,
Mhm.
hey, I'm in town. Like he'll pull up, knowing damn
Oh.
well he got a girlfriend.
Hmm.
But hey, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, girl. I don't know either.
They living in Canada, living their best life. So I'm gonna
Wow.
move him out the country to get away from me because I have too much control over him.
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
When you got that
Yeah,
walk.
oh my gosh, you were too funny.
To better things. I'm gonna be a doctor's wife soon, so
Yes, claim it into existence. Claim it into existence.
yes. I was
We
looking at
both are. How about that? I said we both are. How about that?
period.
Hmm.
Period.
Period. Pooh.
I was looking at engagement rings today. I was like, Mom, when I get engaged, do I have to buy him a ring also? Or my mom was like, what the hell are you talking about? Get out my face. I was like, ooh, my mom
That's so
said,
funny because I do the same thing with my mom too.
really?
Or I'll show her things. She'll be like, "Why are you showing me pictures of wedding dresses and rings?" I'm just like, "I just want your opinion. What do you think?"
Okay, my mom be like, you don't even have a man.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
See, we're working on that. We're just speaking it into existence, taking our time.
but yeah, girl, it's so hard though. Like dating a younger guy, there's a huge difference between dating a younger guy and dating an older guy. And me and my boyfriend had a conversation the other day because I literally told him like that I'm used to just dating older guys. Like I've been dating
Mhm.
older guys for the past 2, 3 years. So they have a certain maturity level that you don't have. Like he doesn't have. He's very childish and it gets on my nerves. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. It really does. And I be yelling at him a lot. And then what did those guys like about you? And I was like, well, they liked the fact that they were already established. They didn't need me to do anything for them as far as like pay bills or anything like that. They just
Mm-hmm.
wanted me to be like fun. They just wanted
Right.
a fun girl or whatever. And he put something in perspective for me. He was like, you can be with someone and have fun with them too. Like it doesn't have to be either or. You could literally build a life with someone and also have fun. I was like, okay. Because but he just gets on my nerves. Like he think I don't have fun, but he's literally very childish, and I literally have to yell at him all the time. Something like annoying.
What is he doing? That's childish.
Like, oh my god, like it's just so much to explain, and I just pray for me, sis. Just
Oh my goodness.
But it's so cute to see him like to see me activate his masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're dating an older guy, like it's already there. Like they're already
Mm-hmm.
confident. They stand in their masculinity already. But him, he double thinks it, and he'll just do stupid shit just to make sure that he's the one that's like initiating things, even though I initiated it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Mina was like, "Oh, her husband," like she'll suggest something to her husband, and it'll be silent for 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes later, he'll repeat the same thing that she just said.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's his idea when she's the one that just said it, and literally he does the same thing, and I just
Oh
be like,
my goodness.
I literally just said that. Said exactly how I said it to, acting like it's his idea.
Well,
Girl,
you gotta make them think that they came up with it, right?
even if it came out of your mouth directly, they
Right.
literally plagiarize your whole sentence. Like, what is that? I don't know. He's
So
crazy.
how do you activate his masculinity? Like, is it just you being within your feminine energy? Is it certain things you do, certain things you say? What are some good examples of that?
Well, I don't chase him. That's for one, because he's so used to like pick me's, especially at this young age.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girls don't know the game yet, so they just
Yeah.
out here crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially the girls that he's used to, women in like Haitian culture, they're very submissive, and they aim to please. So their disposition is very pick me-ish, but it's not their fault. That's just how they were raised. So with him, like he gets annoyed with me when I don't call him or text him and answer his phone calls, answer all his texts on time. He gets annoyed at me. He gets mad at me for that. But I'm like, you're the man here. I'm the woman. If you want to talk to me, you're supposed to call me.
Yeah.
Like, call me. You show me that you want me. And then he's like, and then he calls me. He calls me every day. Every morning he calls me.
Oh, that's
It's
so
like I had
sweet.
to train him out of like thinking that I'm like one of those girls.
Right.
Because he thought I was one of those girls. I'm like, no,
Nope. No, ma'am.
no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Look, pick me over there. Not me. That's why you're considering marrying me and not her. Okay? Because
Very true.
yeah, so we've literally been talking about marriage, and he doesn't even like blink an eye to it.
Oh, that is so great.
But I'm nervous though.
Why are you nervous?
Wouldn't you be nervous if you had to give up everything, your personal space, your bathroom space?
That's why you get a house with 2 bathrooms, his and hers.
I like how you think. Yes,
Thank
girl.
you. Yes. That's my plan anyway. But honestly, I just kind of feel like if you both are on the same page and you both really like each other and can see a future together, there's really nothing to be worried about. I mean, unless you're seeing like some flags and you're just kind of like, I don't know
It's
yet.
just the childishness for me. That's the thing that kills me every
But
time.
you have to remember though, like, we're in our mid 20s and guys, they just mature so much later. So he
Yeah,
can't help
it's
it.
gonna keep me young, I guess, girl. Like he'll blow bubbles on my neck, lift
Oh.
up my shirt and blow bubbles on my belly, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Stop! Stop!"
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Like a baby. Like,
Well, you are his baby. You're his baby.
no, don't enable him, please.
I'm gonna stop.
You're super sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Talking for like an hour
I
today.
know. I've been wanting to talk to you forever. I was in one of your last lives. I was going to be like, you should do call-ins because honestly, I hate like texting long messages.
Yeah, girl, you're a perfect calling guest. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming in.
Thank you for having me on your show.
I
I'll
mean,
definitely come
I'm
more
thinking
often.
like we can have more dynamic call-in shows with like where I can have like permanent guests. I would definitely consider you as one.
Thank you. Like a little panel or something like that. A panel would be cool.
Yeah, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Panel. I don't know. I'm still thinking about the details. But yeah,
Well,
girl.
you definitely let me know because I would love to be a part of that.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, Tanae. Well, you have a good night, sis.
Thank you so much, girl. You have a good night too.
All
Bye.
right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the live. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. If you are on the chat, please don't forget to thumbs up the video and see you guys on the next live.